Hello, everybody. It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. And did you know this game came out? Well, it did. Today, if you had the Founders Pack, which I do. So what do I think of this game so far? Well, I find it absolutely hilarious how all of these Civilization VI nerds are complaining about it, or at least one or two of them from what I've seen, and yet it's so much more like 5 and 4, which so many people said were the greatest Civilizations games ever made. So I don't really know what the problem is. I haven't watched any videos, nothing about the gameplay, nothing about the reviews, nothing. I wanted to go in here virtually blind. And I can tell you that there is a little bit of a learning curve. There's a lot going on here that is different than it was from 6. Now, it took me countless hours of watching videos and hundreds of hours of playing 6 just to be able to win deity level games diplomatically on a very uncanny and unsettling basis. But I was still winning. And when it comes to this and victory conditions and everything, there is a lot to unpack. There is stuff like influence, which I don't ever remember. It could have been in some of the previous ones, but it wasn't in 6, which is the only other one I've played. There is also a semblance of expanding and building buildings and districts and everything that is completely different from 6, where there was a lot of adjacency going on. In this one, you simply say where you want a building, and then you can put other different buildings inside that area without any real adjacency bonuses that I can tell. You don't need builders. Not at this level. I don't even know if I chose a level of any difficulty. I don't know how many other civilizations are there with me. Everything about it is different from 6, more or less. There are fundamentally similar aspects like your armed forces and what have you, economy, meeting new people, but sifting through the menus trying to find that which I had grown so accustomed to playing 6 is a little, I don't want to say daunting, but it is somewhat puzzling. And I haven't found everything out yet. I mean, the controls themselves, the buttons are completely different from what I got used to at 6. But then again, as I mentioned, the one thing about it, I'm playing on the Switch, obviously, and the one thing I can say is it is moving and loading a lot smoother and quicker than it had on the Switch. Now, this is early. I'm in the ancient period. I know there are 3 eras, and I know that they're dramatic ones. So I can't give you what it's like when other civilizations on the map have expanded and have grown in huge size and scale as well as you have. But from what I've seen thus far, it does move faster. And that is because this game was originally designed to be on the Switch as opposed to having to take an old game and bring it to the Switch. So that does seem to be what I imagined it would have been. As I mentioned, it is early. I don't know for sure. But is it fun? Civilization, man. It's great. I love to see what all these different leaders do. I love how you can pick a leader for a different group of people, so you don't have to just say, well, here's Augustus, my guy, and he's with Rome. You could say, here's Augustus, and he's with Egypt, or whatever. And that's really interesting. Everything about it is enjoyable, and I haven't really gotten deep into the mechanics, so I'm looking forward to really diving in. Overall, if you want to be reminded of board games of the past, this is one to go with. It's going to take a lot of learning because it's Civilization, and there is so much more depth in those games, which is one of the allures of them. So if you have the patience to really figure it out, or if you just want to see other people like me play it for you and you can figure it out that way, I would recommend this game. It is an intelligent game, it is a mature game, and ultimately could be a lot of fun. If you aren't the type to wait for your turn, as if you're playing like Monopoly or something, or it's too much reading and too much, I don't want to say thinking, but too much thinking, probably not your game. Thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day. Let's get every Xenoblade game on the Switch!